Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone who rule well. And salutations to all you brothers out there pushing this word in love, truth, sincerity, and humility. Once again, it's the brother Shad there from the Chicago camp coming back to you with what I hope is another quick and edifying sit down. Okay? And this is a interesting video that I came up on my TikTok feed. And so we're going to let this young brother speak his piece, and then we'll get some scripture.
Hey, yo, what's good, man? Hey, I'm going to get straight to it, right? Hey, look. All black gangs in America need to unite and be transformed into a military brigade to protect our people from rapists, pedophiles, racist police officers, and knucklehead Negroes that don't want to get on code. Let me say that again. All so-called black gangs in America need to be transformed into a military brigade to protect our people from racist police officers, rapists and pedophiles, and knucklehead Negroes that don't want to get on code. All you.
Now, the thing is, if you were unaware, originally that's why gangs were created, all right? In a lot of these Israelite communities, or these communities where Israelites lived, I should say, okay, that's why gangs were created, all right? Because you had certain Jakes that didn't want to get right, all right? And Jake at the time was being harassed heavily by the police force, which when you're talking about, man, the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, I mean, they were predominantly ran and employed by Edomites. So they had full range to exercise draconian law to the fullest extent. But we all know once these unusual powdered substances started entering into the community, then, you know, the dynamic changed, amongst other things. But those powdered substances definitely had their part to play. And so now you have what you see here today, just a bunch of niggas running loose. All right. They're nothing like how they used to be. You know, the gangs back then actually had some code of conduct as far as how they behaved amongst each other gangs, and how they interacted with people who were not gang related, who they call neutrons. So originally, yes, that's what gangs were originally made for. And this man is speaking his mind on how basically it needs to get back to that. But in this day, probably in a more extreme fashion, because he's telling us to militarize. But we'll let this continue.
Niggas talking about you GD, BD, Vice Lord, Blood, Crip, Folk on the Hustler, MC, Soul, BGF, motherfucking all so-called black gangs need to be transformed into a military brigade, man. Enough is enough, man. All this ops stuff, you got ops and all this shit, nigga. Nigga, we got real ops, nigga. We got real shit going on out here, man. All this shit talking about you got ops. They ain't your op, nigga. No brother with this skin color as me is my motherfucking op, nigga. Unless you a motherfucking pedophile, nigga. Unless you a motherfucking rapist, nigga. But all so-called black gangs need to be transformed to a military brigade, man. We need to militarize. We need to unite. We need to come together. We, so-called black gangs in America, we are the army. We is the Navy. We are the fucking soldiers. We the generals. We the warriors for our nation. And you niggas still sitting around here trying to kill each other? Fuck wrong with you niggas, man? It's time to come together, man. It's time to unite, man. It's time to be military. militarize, man. Militarize. A military brigade, man. So we can protect our people from racist police officers, motherfucking rapists and pedophiles, and knucklehead Negroes that don't want to get on code. It's time to unite. It's time to militarize. It's time to organize. It's time to get structured so we can protect our people, man. The time is now. Nigga, we in the last fucking days. Nigga, we gotta come together, nigga. If we don't unite and come together, we gonna perish. Enough is enough with the fucking bullshit, nigga. And you got a problem with what I said, nigga, don't fucking at me, nigga. I said what the fuck I said. Unite or die. Fuck you talking about?
You know, Jake got a way of expressing things. And he's right, you know, being this is the last days, it's time for Jake to come together. The only thing is, this guy is telling Jake to unite in a carnal fashion, okay? And as we have clearly seen in our history here in America, okay, being carnal is not what's going to get us up out this jam. Being carnal is not how we fight this war. Okay, the scripture clearly tells us in 2 Corinthians 10:3, it says, for though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. Yeah, we're souls, old souls in new bodies. And yeah, these bodies need food, they need water, okay, they need to stay warm, they need rest. Okay, we got certain temptations that we deal with in the flesh. We understand that this is what the body needs and what it goes through, but many of these things cannot be fought physically. Okay, it says for verse 4, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to pulling down of strongholds. It says, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of the Most High, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Hamashiach. So it's telling us that we don't fight this war. We don't fight this long-standing battle with bad Uncle Esau, with carnality, with militarizing. We fight with the best weapon that we have, the spirit. Okay? You have to realize, you Jakes have to realize that bad Uncle Esau was blessed with the ultimate carnal blessing, the sword, while Israelites, us Jakes, we were blessed with the best spiritual weapon, this word. This is how we fight the adversary. Not with guns, not with militarizing, but with this word. Read that again. It says, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. If they're not carnal, they are spiritual. And what is our spiritual weapons in fighting in this war? Let's get that. Ephesians 6:11. It says, put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. It says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood. We do not war after the flesh, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Okay? Not physical wickedness. That's merely the manifestation of what happens spiritually. But the ultimate war is spiritual. It says, wherefore taking to you the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. So it's going to let us know, how do we fight? Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with the truth, which is this knowledge, wisdom, understanding of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. Because you have to remember, without faith, it is impossible to please the Most High. Without faith, you can't activate anything with this word. Okay? And it says, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of the Most High. And see, this is how we fight, with this word, because you have to remember, as spoken of in the book of Hebrews, the 4th chapter and the 12th verse, it tells you that for the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword. Meaning, this word is more powerful than anything bad Uncle Esau can create. And like I said earlier, he has the ultimate carnal blessing, the sword. Okay? And this truth is much more efficient and effective than that. It says, for the word of Yahweh is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart. See, this is how we fight. This is how we come together and fight. I know prophecy has to be fulfilled. All right, as far as the 2/3 is concerned. But I just have to say this just on the principle. This is how we fight this war. You might do good a little bit with some fists, with some guns, with some knives, but ultimately, the ultimate way to fight and come together is with this truth, because it's this truth that has woken us up and brought us together to fight. Because you got to think about it. We've been telling these folks that bad Uncle Esau is the enemy for the longest time. We done told them what the mystery of iniquity is. But they were just like, nah, it can't be, nah. Then a few really bad police shootings, and now you got this Alabama thing, and now Jake's like, whoa. We know who the enemy now. Like the man say, hey man, you ain't got no ops, nigga. I ain't your ops, nigga. Anybody looked at me, you ain't the ops. Fuck all that op shit. We got stuff. We know we got the real ops. Oh man, Jake. You know, because you got the Lord got to wake our people up in one way or another. We all know it's spiritual, but some people wake up spiritually, and then there's certain people the Lord's waking up carnally to what's going on. You know, but nonetheless, not to drag this out any longer, okay, this is how we fight. We fight with this word. Because as the scripture says, if the Lord be with us, who can be against us? Let me put this on pause and find it. All right, I found it. Romans 8:31. What shall we then say to these things? If the Most High be for us, who can be against us? So when we got this word and we're doing what we're supposed to do, according to the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of this Bible that the Lord gave us to do, we got the Lord fighting for us. Because whoever trusted in the Lord has been confounded. So if we got the Lord fighting for us because we're doing what he told us to do, this scripture says, who can be against us? No weapon formed against us shall prosper. So that means if the Lord's fighting for us, we will be successful in all endeavors. This is how we come together. This is how we truly fight. So that's all I wanted to say on this. I hope you all were edified. Till the next time, we're going to say shalom.